Hello, my name's Joey. I am developing a video game known as Rodent Cricket Club. The idea being it's sort of a arcadey take on the game of cricket to try and boil cricket down into the fun aspects of it without focusing too much on simulation. Here as you can see, we're playing as a bunch of rats. The the aim of the game is essentially as a batsman or ratsman. Is to see the trail of the ball and decide whether to hit it or not, and try to time your hits such that you hit it as hard as possible to different areas of the field. The sort of theme of it, my idea was to have it set in the world of sort of urban rodents. So you're a bunch of, like, at the moment it's just rats because that's the only rigged model I could find. But rats, squirrels, mice, living in sort of the world that they live in, but coming together to play cricket. And the theme of it is like very vaguely inspired by the 19th century or early 20th century cricketers who were these like posh like landed gentry who had the money to not work and just play cricket all the time. It was called the Shamateur era, where people were pretending to be richer than they were and were like trying to play cricket full time without letting people know that they were doing it professionally, because it was considered uncouth to be professional. And in that idea, basically the game, as I'm trying to ship it within the next year or so, would be it's almost like a roguelike game, so something like Slay the Spire or Balatro, if you've played those, where the only thing you want to do is survive. You are a rat who wants to be a professional cricketer, but you need to be really good because you're running out of money, and that's sort of the idea, is that you have to show promise such that you show that you are a cricketer that can make it to the sort of district team or whatever before you run out of money. And you can see sort of at the bottom left here, I've got this sort of random rat generator at the moment, and it's actually not working particularly well at the moment. So let me get to the next bowler. But basically, each of the rats will have different bowling and batting traits and ways that they bowl and bat. See, at the moment, the bowler, the person throwing the ball, is a slow bowler, and that's why the ball is taking so long to get here. Eventually, the slow bowlers will have traits where they can sort of make the ball bounce in really strange ways, similar to, or like spin. We'll have spin bowlers as well, but there's also fast bowlers and things like that. So at the end of this over, this is the last ball of the over. We'll see, a new bowler has turned up, SC Gunk, and they are fast bowlers set on the top right, and they have this negative trait known as keen. So at the moment, these traits are just placeholders. They don't actually do anything, but the eventual idea is that these positive and negative traits will impact how they play in the match, and that's where the sort of, when I'm talking about Balatro or Slay the Spire, that's where the random change will be match by match, is that you'll get a fast bowler that has the keen trait, and that'll be very different, and maybe they'll be playing on dirt, and then you'll be playing a spin bowler with the keen trait on here, sort of like concrete, and it'll play differently each time. That's the sort of long-term goal. As I say, at the moment, the only things that impact how a bowler plays are whether they're fast or slow bowling, and then also this quality rating in the bottom left where it says OK. The reason why OK is the second to best trait is, again, because you're a bunch of rodents playing in a abandoned factory. It's just going to be, like, the best you can possibly be is serviceable. That's the top rank, and then it goes okay, bad, and crap, because I don't want to give it the idea of that, like, oh, you're an amazing cricketer. You're just a little rat playing cricket with your local league, so you're never that good, basically. This is over the past month or so, I've been working on this visual pass, which has turned it from looking a lot like a prototype. I'll show you this now. here. This is sort of what it looked like before when I was trying to just work out how the batting worked and wasn't really collating the stats properly or showing any real UI. Moving that to here where the UI looks obviously still really early, but a little bit more clear what's going on, hopefully. The goal is still, and this is kind of feeding back into what I was talking about with the roguelite, is when you start a match, you have to try and score runs and survive as long as possible and score as many runs as possible, and then that will impact how well you've done in the match. So, for example, here, to get the bronze rank on this match, I'll have to score 5 runs, which, because I haven't done a balance in a while, is surprisingly difficult. So yeah, so I've gone from bronze to silver. If I get out now, my ranks will adjust based on the fact that I've got a silver score, and then maybe I'll level up from okay to serviceable. Maybe when I do that level up, I'll gain a trait or something like that. So anyway, this is kind of just where I am with the gameplay of it. I focused a lot on actually making bowling feel good, and I think it does actually feel quite fun. The next step is to take these traits and add some fun parts to it. Like, I have a trait which is working at the moment called hungover, and when the rat is hungover, their accuracy is terrible, so it's much easier to hit them, and they're much less likely to get you out by hitting these 3 sticks behind you. So that's kind of where I am at the moment. I've also iterated on the tutorial, which I'll attach to the end of this. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with where it is at the moment. But always open to critique, and if you're interested in playtesting, just let me know. Or yeah, thank you.